Hello, storytellers. Welcome to Storytelling Tarot. My name is Jeida K, Storey, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. We are going to get into some paid readings tonight, and I'm going to do a collective read before we get into that. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm using a different format. I'm doing the mobile version, so it looks like an Instagram live, but I've been trying this out the last few nights, and I like it. So let me know if you're here, how my audio sounds, because I kind of have my phone propped in a box. So if I'm muffled, let me know that. Loud and clear? Okay, great. Yay. Good. I don't know if it's going to stay there, but my phone is like on the charger right now, and I kind of want it to do the things. All right, so let me know how y'all are feeling tonight. Hi, Sarah. Hey, T. I'm so glad that y'all could be here. I was just a couple of seconds. Hey, Marasia. I was just a couple of seconds before pressing go live when my ancestors checked me real quick. And it was such a loving way. You know, before I do these lives, I always go before the spirits because it's the spirits that empower me and enable me to do this work. But I always ask, are we ready? Right? Like I have to know if my spirit team is ready for divinations. And they said no. And I was like, what? Hey, Tom. I was like, what do you mean no? And they checked me on my protocols, my preparation protocols this evening. So I typically refresh my altar because I got to make sure my spirit's always taken care of first. Right? And something I did tonight that I haven't done, I don't know that I've ever done this, but I lit a candle for you. I lit a candle for the collective because I feel like there is a lifting and an elevation that the collective needs. And as I've been showing up in my work lately, I've really just been pouring out and I've been doing it in a very balanced way. Like I've been taking care of myself and I don't feel depleted. It's been really, really beautiful actually. But as I sat down and asked my spirits if I was ready, they said no. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, I've done my opening prayers. I've done the things. What do I need? What do we need? And they said, it's nice that you lit a candle for the collective, but you didn't light anything for yourself. Light something for yourself and then go forward. And I said, okay, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. So even before I pull cards for the collective, I kind of wanted to start with that. Is how are we lighting candles for ourselves? Are we opening ourselves and our hearts up to being served first? Are we giving ourselves enough credit? Are we leading from a full tank instead of a depleted one? Something that my coach says often is, what's your come from? Like in everything that we do, we all have a motivation. It doesn't have to be like we're scheming or anything, but there is motivation. And so I check myself often, what is my come from? And tonight it feels like the ancestors are saying, your come from, like if you have light. You are the light. And so I want us to remember that tonight, that we would light candles for ourselves as much as we light candles for others, that we would pray for ourselves as much as we pray for others, that we would serve ourselves first, even when we're preparing to serve others. Can we do that? Can we honor ourselves that way? Can we do that? Hi, Maya. So yeah, that just felt really like, that's something to they checked me, you know? So I wanted to offer that. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight. We have some channel members who have already sent in some questions. So shout out to my channel members. If you're a channel member, you are a reason why I have been sustained even when I have not been active on this channel. Hi, Elizabeth. So I'm so excited to to be here and hold space with y'all tonight. All right, let's get a collective message. Let's get a message. I think what I want to do is get like a collective message for all of us, and then I want to quickly go through each element. I see that we just had a I just had a payment. I have a list, by the way, for people who want to get readings tonight, as I see them come in. All right. Let me pull up really quickly my situation so I can know what's going on. So I'm going to do a collective message for us all, and then I'm going to do I'm going to go through the elements and get like a message for all of the signs. And then we're going to do our paid readings. All right. Make sure you let me know in the chat once you've paid. Like, can you put in the chat sent so I can, or I sent my payment or something so that I know and I can put your name down. Where's my pen? Where is my pen? Let's see. Hey, Simone. Okay, I thought that was you, but I wasn't sure. This one doesn't have ink. Okay, give me just a second, y'all. Let me get a pen. I wish I had like background music or something. Oh, there's one. Okay. All right. Let's get a collective message. I'm just going to ask for wherever you are. If you could just open your hands like this. If you're not driving, obviously, if you're not operating a motor vehicle or doing anything serious, if you could just open your hands to just represent being ready to receive. And if you can't do that, then if you could just energetically do it in your heart, imagining your heart expanding or even opening like double doors, to just allow for the divine to give you what you need. Yeah. Hi, Nell. Hi, Liz. Hi, Quinn. All right. Let's see. What is the message for the divine, from the divine to the collective today? What is the message for... We give thanks to the ancestors, the spirits and guides, those who walk with us. If you can y'all like the live? Let people know that we're here. All right. Okay, Spirit. Y'all busy, huh? The collective is busy. Hey, Sydney. The collective is busy. There's a lot of things in progress right now for the collective. A lot of things in the between stage, in the liminal space. Like you've already started, you've already begun, you've already like initiated, and things you're still waiting for completion. You're waiting for graduation day, so to speak. Yeah. And I'll show you what card I pulled that's encouraging me to say that. You get 3 cards. Yeah. So the card that I pulled from the Charles the Key Congo, I pulled birth. It was reversed. And so that is letting me know, like, we're not yet ready to bring certain things into fruition, or the things that we're working on, they're not quite ready yet. But that's okay, because that means that we're still in a season of like almost like massaging or working out that which we are producing, right? For some of you, it can literally be yourself. You might feel like that you yourself, you're in a particular season where you're not ready to be seen. You're not ready to speak up. And it doesn't mean that you don't have a desire. It doesn't mean that that you're not equipped. This is just preparation, and that's okay. That's great, actually. Right? Like when you're in the formative stages, that's actually where your character's built. Right? That's where what we say, what my coach says to me and what I say to my clients all the time, that is actually you building the body, right? You're building the body for the work that you're trying to do. You're building the body for the person that you want to be. That's the season that we're all in. Like this is training grounds. And so that's actually beautiful. I think that some people really like to glorify like being done, right? I did the thing, yay, right? But how many of us even stop to celebrate the thing when we've done the thing? So right now, there is something, I've been calling this lately with my clients, the practicing progress. What does it mean to practice progress? What does it mean to be present and in your body in the midst of the thing that you're doing? What does it mean for you to be in your body and allowing your body to dictate how fast you move or how slowly and tenderly you move? What does it mean to give yourself that sort of grace where, where the finish line is just a blip, because the work was actually in your becoming. The work was actually what you were doing when you were practicing progress. The work is actually happening now, being built now. By the time you're ready to put it out, the story has already been written by the time everyone sees it and witnesses this. Right? The graduation, like if you think about a literal graduation, the graduation is not, the graduation is but a testimony for what you did in the past. But if you are always thinking, I just got to get, if I could just get to graduation, because that's going to be my day when I graduate. But what makes the graduation sweet is what you did before. And so that is what I think is helpful for us to remember in this moment, that this is where the collective is right now. And you will miss yourself trying to get to a particular destination. You will miss the glory if you're looking at the destination. What is happening now? Who are you becoming now? How are you practicing progress now? Because how you think about yourself, how you talk about yourself, how you think about and talk about the work that you're doing, if it's always something that's out there but never something that's in here, you'll miss yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at the tarot cards. We have the Emperor. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, if ever there was a card about progress. If ever there was a card about progress. I miss my top down. I'm not going to hold you. I miss when y'all can see me turn the cards. The Seven of Pentacles. I love that this is here. Okay, so the way that the Emperor is leading this spread, the way that this Emperor is showing you, first of all, about your particular power, the power that you have in this moment. It's not just about the organization, but it's really what I'm hearing is orchestration. How are you orchestrating all of your parts so that you're not, we talk about one sound, one beat, so that you can be in harmony? Because what I'm hearing is an orchestra. It's a symphony. And my girl is in the chat, Sarah McKeeba Days, who has written and is publishing the forthcoming wonderful book by the name of Sankofa Shadow Work, Diaries of a Diasporic Diviner. Shadow work where typically is something that I think that when it's talked about on a large scale is like jilted and disjointed and almost like you're looking at your shadow with judgment, right? But what does it look like to integrate? What does it look like to do shadow work? Word to my sister, in the way of Sankofa. What does it look like to allow for the emperor to say, wait, what if the emperor is like a conductor? Let me get y'all to sound like this, so you sound like this and move this way so we can make this sound that's going to reverberate into existence. So that means that the horns and the percussion, right? And the singers and all these are different versions of you, different pieces of you making one beautiful song. Everybody fits, including your shadows. Everybody fits. And with that in line, you got the Three of Pentacles. So the Emperor feels like the getting things in order or orchestrating the symphony, right? There is a way that I think that if we think of the conductor, you being you the wisest you today, you the one listening to me, you are the conductor. You are conducting. And so your younger selves and your older selves and all the versions of you are listening. Hi, Zolani. That's my twin, y'all. You are running the show. So there's a trust that you got to have in yourself that you can do that. That you can do that. That is building the body, right? I talked about all the parts of you. That's building the body. And then the Three of Pentacles is when you get other people involved. Because, baby, let's just say if we could play with this analogy even more and kind of dig it in even deeper. Hey, Peace, I see you. Let me write your name down. But if we could extend this even bigger, right? Let's just say that all of your pieces, all of your parts, all of your versions of you, say y'all are just the winds, right? Maybe y'all just the wind. Now, listen, I don't know all the different parts of the orchestra, so we don't just roll with me. But let's say that you're just the wind section. But Spirit is saying you need some horns. That's going to be somebody else's orchestra that they are the emperor or the conductor of. Then they say we're going to need some singers. Bring in the singers. They're going to be somebody else who comes in, right? Huh? Yeah, baby, come on with the internal family systems. That's it. I love when people know what I'm talking about. All of your parts are worthy. And what's beautiful is when you do the work, the Sankofa shadow work, when you do that work, when you can hold your most tender, and even the parts that make you cringe a little bit, when you can hold that version of you and notice how beautiful the music is when y'all all work together, then you can connect with other people. And you can trust yourself with other people. So that even when they screw you over, even when the sound is not quite right, you can hold yourself enough to recognize what's not about you. So that if you are the winds, right? But the percussion is off, you don't say, "Oh, see, something is off. It's got to be me. It's me. I don't know how to conduct myself. Let me go back to my silo because I don't know how to do it. Because obviously the sound is off because I am off. It's me. I did it." That's the work. So that you can be tender. Not just when you're here. It's easy to be in alignment with yourself when it's just you by yourself. When you get around other people, that's when we know. That's when the test comes. That's when we know. Huh? Building the body. Building the body. Building the body. So that you stay intact with you when you're with other people. Yeah. And so that when you, the wind section, can hear that the percussion is off, with love, you can say, wait a minute, hold on. Let's get quiet. Let's get quiet. Let's give the percussion some time. Let's see if they need us, as my twin Solani would say, if we can be divine mirrors for the percussionists. Maybe they need some space and quiet, space and silence so that they can hear the beat. That way, now I'm not internalizing and say that it's me, that I got them off. I'm saying they are responsible for their own sound. And I can witness them without judging myself and without judging them. I can let them be their own instrumental orchestra to making a sound that maybe I don't understand, but I know I need it. And so I need them to get it. So I'm not going to continue on and just say, well, they have to figure it out themselves. And I'm not going to pull myself out and say, I'm just going to be over here by myself. I'm going to give what the others need so that they can get back in line with themselves, so that we can go back to making our symphonic music. Ooh, this is so good to me. This is so good to me. Can you might trust yourself. You may have good self-trust, but do you trust yourself with other people? Do you trust yourself with other people? How do you practice progress with other people around watching you? How do you hold yourself and not make yourself responsible for somebody else's stuff? How do you hold yourself where maybe this time you were the one who made the mistake? How do you hold yourself with creative curiosity instead of shame? Do you let yourself be a joyful giver and a joyful receiver? Right? I just talked about that the other day. Make sure you go back and watch that video. 2 nights ago, we talked about being a careful receiver, a joyful receiver. We give a lot of grace to other people sometimes and give none for ourselves. Are you lighting the candle? Going back to what my ancestors told me, are you lighting a candle for yourself? Yeah, Nell says building the body, the nervous system repair, the recentering, and the stillness and quiet. Yeah. Are you practicing progress? Practice meaning you don't know what you don't know, meaning you don't got it all together and you don't have to. Practice meaning that's actually the faith. The faith is like not having a guarantee. I don't know. That's what's so beautiful about the Fool. I don't know what's down there. All that I can see, there might be some land, there might be some sharp rocks, there's a little water that I hear going down there, but I'm going to leap anyway because the divine said that if I don't leap, I'll never fly. If I don't leap, I'll never fly. So practice, practice, practice. You might see other people up on this cliff who are just leaping and you see them taking flight. And you say, I'll never do that. I'll never be able to do that. Integrate your parts. Integrate your parts. The Emperor can be heavy-handed sometimes, and sometimes that's okay. And I want you to see yourself as the Emperor, as someone who is not coming down on you with an iron fist, but with radical advocacy. Radical advocacy. Yeah. Okay. My. I'm going to pull cards for each of the elements, and then we'll go into the paid questions. Y'all so churchy. About to throw my phone. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to start with, let's start with air. Oh, that ain't even what I meant to say. I meant to say, okay, I guess we start with air. Okay, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's the advice right now? What's the word from Spirit? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, we're not using this one? Okay. I'm going to actually use this one for each of them. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, okay. Y'all got two cards. Y'all got Crossing Paths. It was in reverse. Crossing Paths. And Going Back to the Future. Going Back to the Future. Crossing paths, that lets me know that people are leaving or have been leaving. Things have been leaving, which is necessary. Like, this is like a cutoff for you, air signs. Things are being cut off. I don't know if this is you cutting off access to you. I don't know if you're cutting off relationships. I don't know what it is, but something's being cut off for you at this time. There is a time for you to get caught up in the vortex. If you want my hoodoo babies, if you want me and Zolani's hoodoo babies, you know what I'm talking about. This is the time for you to get caught up in the vortex. Huh? Hoodoos, hear me well. Go back to the future. Time travel with your spirit team at this time. We just talked about Sankofa. This is that. Go back and get it. That's right. Nephew was just talking about going back to the future. That's my child, my son. Yeah. If you one of ours, if you one of the twin hoodoo mothers, you know exactly what I mean when I say do this. That means go to your closet, your prayer closet. Go to your room. Go to the water. Go to where the land can speak and you can hear. Go to where your spirits can speak and you can hear. If you got to put your face all the way to the earth, huh? If you got to move your body in a, I ain't even going to say it because y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what to do. Now, for those who are not of my tradition, because I know everybody's not a hoodoo, right? Either there are things that are leaving you at this time, or things that you need to be severing yourself from. And Spirit is saying there is a pathway for you to see clearly once you do that severing work. So for some of you, this might be cord cutting time. For some of you, this might, like, you might need to be literally doing those rituals. For some of you, you need to, like, really separate yourself from the idea of yourself that is fake, that don't resonate with you no more, that ain't even aligned with where you want to go. Leave that be. That ain't who you are. Leave that be. Go back to your origin stories. See what's out there outside of the timelines that you're in right now. Child. All right, that's all I'm gonna say on that. That's for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's move on. Fire. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There we go. That's in order. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What's the word from the spirits? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You got moving right. Moving right. It was reversed. But am I taking a reversal for this? Okay. Yeah, I'm taking a reversal for this. Fire signs. I don't know why. Fire signs. There is a way that, this is something that my twin says often. There's a way where you might be moving right, but Spirit is saying, don't worry about moving right. Are you moving correctly? Because there's moving right and then there's being correct. Those aren't necessarily the same things. Because moving right, especially in this society, is moving in a way that society will say, oh, yes, great job, golf clap, beautiful, beautiful. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I literally, like, what I saw was almost like the divine is hovering over you and covering the things that you are doing. So there are going to be people who are like kind of watching like, are you doing the right thing? Is that the way it's supposed to be? Hear me when I say, fuck all that. You're not supposed to be moving right. Are you moving correct? What is your inner compass saying for you to do and be right now? It's not going to look right to other people. It's not going to look right to other people. Because sometimes you think you're doing the right thing, but it ain't correct. Right? How many times have you done something that was the right thing to do? Like apologize for something that you didn't do? That might be right, but was it correct? Huh? Move your magic the other way. The other way. Listen, I'm going to tell a story here. A lot of y'all may or may not know. The reason why I have not been on this channel is because I've been working. And a part of my work is to help the former church kids take themselves back from Christianity. And there are people who are criticizing my work because it don't look right. You can't tell people to sever the Savior. And if you say sever the Savior, make sure you cite me, because that's my intellectual property. You can't teach people how to go from being church girls to conjure women. And when you say when church girls become conjure women, cite me. That's my intellectual property. People looking at the things that you're doing and they're saying it's not right. So I'm gonna tell you a story. Recently, my coffee delivery is here. Recently, thank you.
My DoorDash.
My coffee is here, huh? So I'm really about to be turned. Oh my God, that's so good. All right. Recently, I was looking at a church service from my former church that was a Christian cult. I just wanted to see if it was giving anything. I wanted to see how me with my hoodoo sight, how I would see what was happening in that church. So, that church, I say that I have no issues saying that Christianity ain't got nothing for me, because the parts of the church that I loved, African people brought it into the church. African people brought it in. People running around the church, that's African. Shouting and all the ways that we express spirit with our whole bodies, that's African. being mounted by the Spirit and slain in the Holy Ghost. That's African. The way that we sing the presence of God and spirits and angels and ancestors down in the choir, that's African. So I ain't got no issue leaving Christianity. Everything good about it, my ancestors brought to it. Huh? So when it comes to me watching that now, I just wanted to see with my hoodoo eye what was going on in that church, right? So I was watching, and just like when I used to go to the church, this is the church that I grew up in. So just like when I went to the church, like when the Spirit would come down, people would start shouting and yelling and passing out under the power of God, right? And so this was happening in this service in this video, this live stream replay that I was watching. And I was excited to see it because I was like, this reminded me that, you know, even when I was a Christian, I was still tapped into my ancestral knowing. So I was interested to see how the Spirit would move these people in a colonized white religion. With my hoodoo sight. And I remember when I started reading about hoodoo and learning about the ring shout, the running around the church, I said, wow, we used to run around counterclockwise too growing up. And that made me feel good because I was like, I still had my ancestral knowing even when I was in a colonized religion. Now, I've been out of that church many years. I'm watching them on this video. And they started running around the church. And they were running around the church to the right. They were going clockwise. Clockwise. And I remember, and I shared this with my sister Sarah, I immediately burst into tears. I mean, I was wailing, mourning, because they were going the wrong way. They were going the wrong way. Whew. I screamed. I know my children were probably like, is mommy okay? I screamed. Because when I used to go to that church as a child, we would go around counterclockwise. Because though the religion might have been right, it wasn't correct, but the movement was correct. Even if I was in a religion that wasn't right. Or it was right, but it wasn't correct. They were moving clockwise, which seems right, but it ain't correct. And I wailed and I mourned. Because there are people in this church who I remember when I was a child and a young adult. They're elders now, they're graying. Or the people who are my age, they have children of their own. They're expanding their families, but they're going the wrong way. They've lost the African spirit. That didn't feel right when I said it. I don't want to say they lost it. They forgot. Yeah, they forgot. My prayer is that we all remember one day. Might seem right, but it might not be correct. Go the other way. Fire signs. You doing it the right way. Let me not use that word. You're doing it the correct way, even if it's not the right way. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I had to correct that because that didn't feel right to say they didn't. They just forgot it. They didn't lose it. I can't believe that we lose it forever. Somebody in the bloodline gonna remember. May we all remember. Yes, Sarah. May we all remember. Yeah. Okay. Who we got? Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We'll finish it out with the water signs. Okay. Hold on. Both of these? Yeah, which one? Top. All right. Community. For the earth signs, community. So, earth signs, I'm going to go back to what I said before about you trusting yourself in community. You putting yourself out there, you being out there, you allowing yourself to be yourself in front of people. That's what this is. For you, you got to go outside. I spoke about this recently. I think it was also in the Relax, Relate, Release reading. Go earth signs, go back and watch that reading because I spoke about it at length there. Yeah. You gotta share yourself with the world, and you got to let the world share themselves with you. It's the time for you to be out there sharing your ideas. And I'm gonna go back to you being the conductor and being in your body. Being your own mirror works only but for so long. You got to get in front of other, as my twin would say, divine mirrors. It's like my coach says, when I might have a great idea and we'll get into a coaching session and she'll start asking me questions. Who's that for? Who's this not for? Who are you serving? Who is actually not supposed to be served at your table? Tell me more about that idea. How is that different from this idea? Yeah. You need those divine mirrors who are going to ask you. My own twin, Let me tell you about my twin. I don't even know if they're still on here. But my own twin said to me yesterday when I was having a moment about some things. My twin said, hey, aren't you the one that said sever the Savior? I need you to sever the Savior in this moment right now. I said, hey, get me together. Because real friends will do that. Real friends will do that. Hey, twin, I'm so glad you're here. Real, that's what you need community for. So the pressing in, can we not see that as an indictment? Can we see that as an opportunity to expand? Can we see that as an opportunity to troubleshoot? Can we see it as an opportunity to practice progress? So earth signs, I'm going to encourage you to put yourself out there more. And test that your body can withstand anything that's out there. Yeah. Quinn says, love the earth signs needing to go outside as if it's time for them to replant themselves. Hello. Tom says, I took your words to heart and went out into society yesterday. Hello. You need to be seen. You need to be witnessed. All right. Like I said with the birth card before, a lot of work has happened before this moment. Let the people see the work. Let people see what you got. It don't matter if it's incomplete. Let them see it. Let them expand. Let them help you expand it. Right? My twin pressing me yesterday about, is this you leaning into needing a savior? Well, I'm about to point you back to yourself. That's love. That's love. And that's what's needed. You need somebody who's going to press you and who is going to hold you accountable to the things and the work that you're doing. We don't have to be afraid of that. You know why you don't have to be afraid of it? Because you are ultimately the conductor. And you know that all of your parts are worthy. Even under the light of criticism. Because when you are in line, right? When you are intact, when you have done the integration work and doing the integration work, because we got to constantly do this. We got to keep showing up and doing this. As you do that, When the criticism comes, because it will. When the rejection comes, because it will. When the bullshit comes, because it always will. When that happens, you have a couple of ways you can respond. Because the truth of the matter is, either you agree with it or you don't. Either you see it as a way to grow or you see it as a way to run. My twin offered, how might you be, because really what I heard was when they said, are you like, you said sever the Savior, so I need you to do that right now. That was really what I heard. The spirit of what they were saying was, how can you sever the Savior? How can you step into the world that you've built? How can you wield the tool that you have sharpened? Huh? I love that. I love that. I need that. I need that. I love a good question. If you're one of my coaching clients, you know I love a good question. Because sometimes it's the question that can help you connect the dots to something that was almost there, but you couldn't quite get it. Somebody can ask you that one question and boom, there it is. There's only so much you can do when you're looking at your own reflection. You need somebody else to come and reflect you too. So that's the word for the fire, for the earth signs. Huh? All right. I know we're gonna move into the paid readings. Let's get a word for the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. A lot of cards tried to jump out, child. But we got a closed road. We got a closed road. I'm a Selah, as the church folk will say. I'm going to pause and think about that. I'm going to let that breathe. There's a road that's closed. I'm going to sit. What I'm feeling is, you know how when you're reading a really good book or watching a really good show or movie, that feeling you get when you close that book, when the credits are rolling, and it might have been a story that really just took you through. It resonated with you. It was so like, oh, it was powerful. It challenged you. It made you laugh. It was entertaining, right? And the ending has happened. The characters, their story is done, and it closes, right? And the credits roll. That feeling you feel, that's what this closed roll card feels like. My favorite movie right now and of all time is Sinners. And I remember when Sinners ended, I could not move. I felt like I was stuck to my chair. There's resonance that had to be. There was resonance that just it just. So this closed road, water signs, it feels like that to me. It doesn't feel like hard feelings. It don't feel like fuck you, this. It don't feel like chaos. This closed road feels like, oh yeah, of course. It feels like fond memories. It feels like Six of Cups, actually. It feels like nostalgia. It feels like, because we know, spiritualists know, there's no such thing as an ending, for real. The church folks will say it like this. We go from glory to glory to glory to glory. That's what this feels like. So there's an ending here. Water signs. But it feels like it is actually catapulting you into the next thing. But there feels like in this moment, it's just like a pause of like, oh yeah, this is who I am. Oh yeah, that's what I needed to see to help me in my story. Oh yeah, this is what is connecting me here. Oh yeah, closed road. Because I don't see any hard feelings. I don't see you even resisting it. I feel you. I feel like your energy is just like, okay, like I'm okay with doing the steps, the things that need to happen. And yes, the door is closing, but oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm just letting the story that I just experienced, like, be with me. I'm taking that too. It's kind of what I was just saying about the church. Like when the door, like I closed the door on Christianity, but I'm taking the best parts. And so water signs, you're taking your best parts. It's going with you. It's going with you. And it's giving you ideas. It's helping you connect dots. It's helping you, for you, figure out, oh yeah, where do I need to be? Where do I need to orient myself for my symphony? Oh, okay. This is helping me to expand what I even thought was possible. So yeah, the book is over. Yeah, the movie credits rolled, but oh, like, can we, oh yeah. Damn. Let's get to it. Huh? As my hoodoo baby Marcus would say, get into it. That's his energy. Get into it. Even when the card fell, I just got quiet because it just needed to land like, huh. It's like when I finished Sula, my favorite Toni Morrison book. When I close that book, I don't care how many times I read Sula, I always close that book and I just hug it because I'm just like, oh, yes. Yeah. That's what this feels like for you, water signs. So I don't know what that means for your journey. I don't know what that means for your life and what you're working on right now. But this closed road is such a blessing to you. It feels like a crowning more than a closing. This is really beautiful. It feels like a crowning more than a closing. April says, a beautiful message and feels very on brand for Pisces going into Saturn. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank y'all. That was the collective message. I hope that was helpful for everybody. That blessed me. Yeah. Sydney says one era ends and another is embarked upon. Ashe. So we're going to get into these paid readings now. Ooh. Believe it or not, that put a battery in my bag. Okay. Look, I said that I'm playfully shuffling and then the journey card came out. Yeah, I feel like we're ready to go now. I feel like we're ready to go. So I have some prepaid readings. Elizabeth is going to be first, and then Brendan, because those are my prepaids, and then we'll go into those. So the list is open. If you want a paid reading, I'm doing $25 per question. I'm going to answer the two that I have first, and then I will ask for the next two to drop their questions in the chat so that I can get a word for them. You're so welcome, Maya. You're so welcome. You're welcome, Sarah. Love of my life, sister of my soul. All right. Hi, Chinyetta. I didn't see you in there. I didn't see you. You're so welcome, Magic. All right. You're welcome, Fule. All my homies in here tonight, period. And thank you, Zolani. Thank you for how you held me yesterday. I had a few of my homies held me well and strong yesterday. Sarah's one, Brendan's one, Magic's one, Zolani's one. I love y'all. T. I love y'all. All right. We're going to start with Elizabeth. Elizabeth is asking for clarity around her new job. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. I see why they told me to light a candle for myself, huh? You're so welcome. Okay, shout out to Wild Pale Tarot. Make sure y'all go follow. That's one of my hoodoo babies. Go follow one of my hoodoo babies. I'm not going to say who they are because they want to be... you know, discreet. But make sure you go follow Wild Pear Tarot. Okay. All right, Spirit. Let's get some clarity around Elizabeth's new job. What's tea? What's going on? What's going on? Nine of Swords. Okay. King of Wands. Okay. All right. Knight of Wands. Okay. Is this the energy of the job right now? Okay. This feels like this is talking about your energy. You're the Nine of Swords with the King of Wands. I feel like this is your energy right now. You are stressed the hell out right now. I can see it. It's keeping you up at night. It's disturbing your peace. And even at at the end of all this, you are still showing up as the King of Wands. You are still showing up as someone who is powerful. You just might be someone who is in a state of forgetting. And that makes sense because the Nine of Swords can consume all of your mental faculties, right? That still don't change who you are. So even when you're depressed, and catch this might be for you, anybody in the collective. Even when you're depressed, you are still your powerful self. Even when you are going through it, you are still your powerful self. Even when you when you don't have a home, you are still you. When you don't got no money in your account, you are still you. I don't care how these systems try to bite away at you. You are still yourself. And this goes for everybody, but especially for Elizabeth. Because here, the Nine of Swords is going to be the ways that you try to rationalize and talk yourself out of the thing that you know that you are called to. And out of the person that you are. Spirit is saying you still the King of Wands, even with that Nine of Swords going on. So, where can you go back to reestablishing? Definitely going to be important for you to watch what I just talked about. But where can you reestablish the fire inside of you? Because this feels like a doubt thing. This feels like a doubt situation. And I'm not negating that there might be chaotic stuff happening on your job right now. That just still don't change who you are. That don't change who you are. Where can you reignite this fire in you? The leadership in you. God, see, can't make this up. Now we got the Queen of Wands with the Six of Cups. Again, showing up so powerfully. With the Knight of Wands at the bottom, you got a lot of fire. You got a lot of fire here. And so this to me feels like you just have to decide. You just have to decide that you are going to be in control of yourself. The shenanigans going around in your job, in your environment. I want to know what your prayer life is like. I want to know what prayers you're speaking into that space. I want to know how you are going to reset the environment. Start with your body first. Start with what's present first in here. Because you showing up too powerfully. You showing up way too powerfully. So I don't know if you literally need to get a prayer call because maybe you need another fire to help ignite, right? Yours or reignite yours. Maybe you need to get with a friend, somebody you know who's going to pray down with you, somebody who you know going to link up with you to be like, hey, let's pray until something changes. Ain't that what the church mothers used to do? Tapping back into that. And I know you got church ancestors, so that's probably why I'm talking like this. There's something here about the power of prayer. The power of prayer. That you will be able to move things in the atmosphere at the speed of fire. Six of Cups. Go back to your old spiritual technologies. Return. Go back to the simple things. How many people in here, spiritual folks, whether you're a hoodoo or not, who have people who have altars where they've been told you got to go back to the simple stuff. Water and a candle. Water and a candle. Prayer. How many people stopped putting in all them herbs in their baths and they just went back to salt water? Just went back to salt water. Spirit is saying go back. Your ancestors want you to go back. What are the things we did? How did we pray? How did we change things? Because, baby, you got all this fire. Go back to the simple things. Go back to the simple things with your spirit in your spiritual life, because you have the power, and you also got the power of your spirits behind you to push through them doors and push through them obstacles. Literally, I felt like force when I did that with my hand. You got that. You got that. You asked also in this question if you were on the right path. What do you think? I'm not even going to answer that question. I see you in the chat too. Exactly what you've been afraid to tap into. Yep. That's right, now when 2 or 3 touch and agree. Yes. I'm not going to answer the question of whether or not you are aligned. What do you say? What do you say? I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for your question. We're going to move on to Brendan. I don't know if Brendan is here, but because you are... Hello. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Elizabeth said, I am on the right path. Huh? Can somebody just in the chat affirm Elizabeth? Tell Elizabeth she's on the right path. Tell Elizabeth she's on the right path. You on the right path. You're on the right path. You on the right path. You know how I know you're on the right path? Because you own it. Because you're on it. You're on the right path because you're on it. That's your path. Yes, tell her she's on the right path. Because sometimes you need people to agree. You need people to agree. You need people to agree. So Elizabeth, screenshot this. Keep this. You're on the right path. You're on the right path because you're on it. Exactly. Ooh, I just felt chills as y'all started to affirm her. Yes. Yes. Feel your ancestors' love as your community, even the community in this chat, affirm you. You're on the right path. Feel the strength of your ancestors lighting you up. You're on the right path. You're on the right path, boo. Huh? Huh? You on the right path. I could get up and run, y'all. You on the right path. That's why I answered for you, because you know. You on the right path. It's still coming through the chat. You on the right path. 24 people in the chat telling you you on the right path. Huh? Whew. Okay. Nell, I saw your question. I saw you come in. I saw your payment come in. I added you to the list. Yeah. Magic, I see yours came through as well. On the list right now, just finished with Elizabeth. We're moving on to Brendan, and we're going to get to, then we're followed by Simone, Peace, Nell, and then Magic. All right. Brendan asks, how can I embrace ease at this time? I don't know if Brendan is here, but Brendan is a channel member, and that's why she asked in advance. So this for you, boo. Ooh. How can Brendan embrace ease at this time? That's so funny. We got the 3 of Wands and the Death card. Huh? Brendan, hear your spirit say, the only way to get to it is to go through it. The only way to get to it is to go through it. So that's so interesting because, like, there feels like there is a lot of, like, death is an initiation. Death is a particular ooh. It feels no, it doesn't feel like that. I don't know how to say this to you without the best way for you to embrace ease right now is to recognize that Oh, how do I say it? Make it clear. Make it clear. Like this don't even feel like how you can embrace it. It just feels like what is. The ease is not easy. Like it's not, it don't come like in a very white kind of way. It don't. Like it's giving like the magic that you make actually. Like that's kind of what it feels like. It's the measure that you make, and your ease comes through other through other ways. It's really hard to like say what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to like pull it down because it's just like I'm not even like seeing pictures. Things are hard, but it just really feels like I don't know. Like I don't know if if Brendan. Let me. All right, let me get another card to clarify because, see, that's what I'm saying. 7 of Wands, like in this moment, this is not an ease. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it like my spirits are saying it to me that this is not an easeful season for you. Like this shit is hard. This shit is painful. This shit is there. It is now. I can talk because I'm telling the truth. This shit is hard. And I know you want to embrace ease right now, but this is not an easeful season. Like this shit is what it is. But it's working for you. I know it. This is like what I was saying at the very beginning about like being in the middle. This is your becoming. So this shit is not going to be easy for you right now. And I'm so sorry because I wanted to give you something different. But it's not going to be easy for you right now. But it don't have to be hard either. Just because it's not easeful, because I keep like seeing like I said, it's like a very white way that we think of ease. Like that's not what's easeful for you. That's not what I don't think that is even what you would think is ease. But they're saying you literally got to fight for it. Actually, the person you are, the blaze that you are, something like it's positioning you for something more. The only way to it is to go through it. So maybe the question is, how do you embrace this, knowing that? Knowing that. Yeah, the 3 of Wands is expansion, right? It's optimism. It's, yes, I can see my way forward, but the way forward was death. Which means there is more of a shedding. This is a transformative season for you at this time. And so things are shedding. People are shedding. But that is what gives you your fight. That is what gives you your bite. This is not the time for you to pull back, go forward. Because you're right. You are correct, I should say, to use my terminology from earlier. You are correct. You are correct. You got the upper hand. Justice. I had to ask if what I was hearing was right. Justice is on your side, Brenda. Now that I've said that, I want to ask how you can be held in that. Because I hear your question. But the truth of the matter is, shit's going to be hard. Look, I was just shuffled again, 5 of Cups. Shit's going to be hard. Shit's going to be hard. Yeah, Nell says, not they saying stand up, baby. It's like that video where the girl was crying, but remember she was a witch or more so her power. Finesse the systems. Ease created through your hands and works. Exactly. Exactly. Make sure you listen to the elemental readings as well, Brendan, because your answer is in there. But this is just a time. This is just a time to be with what has changed. A lot has changed for you. A lot is changing. but it's still working for your good. Spirit, how can Brendan be held in the midst of all of this, in light of all of this? How? King of Swords, King of Swords, King of Swords. Stay up on your, the way that you are already being cared for by, pay attention to your health, particularly your mental health, right? Your spiritual health. So whoever are your practitioners that you see, therapists that you see, like make sure that you are cared and fortified in that way. But you also need to be talking to the generals. And I know you know what I'm talking about. You also need to be talking to the generals, huh? I'm also, you got a 10 of Swords at the bottom. I'm also hearing like, don't overthink it and don't do a whole lot of strategy and strategizing or putting a whole lot of thought to what is happening. This really feels like a time for you to really just be in the process of like living, being, doing. Page of Swords. Be open to what the divine is going to be showing you at this time. Write things down too, Brendan. Write down the story of the takedown. Put this in your book. I don't even know if you're writing a book, but maybe you need to be. Put this in your book. Write this stuff down now. Your book is being written. You must have a book in you. Your book is being written. That's what I'm hearing. Your book is being written. That could be that King of Swords too. Writing it down. Expressing. Anything else for Brendan? No, that's it, my love. Yeah, maybe that's why I kept seeing Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's something that you are birthing too in this moment, even now. The portal of death is going to find you on the other side, being on having the upper hand. Ain't no need to worry what the night is going to bring. Because it'll be all over in the morning. That's for you, Brenda. Love you, boo. Simone, you are next. Do you have a question for me? Simone, get your question. Okay, Imani, I see you. I'm going to put your name down. Okay, I also see Janice, and I see, thank you, Janice. And I see Janice and Imani. Okay. All right. After Simone is Peace. So if you want to start, you don't have to put it in now because I don't want to lose your question. But if you want to start having your question, you will be next. Simone, then Peace, followed by Nell. I'm going to shuffle while you're getting your question, Simone. I wish if this was on TikTok, we would have been able to play music and stuff. But, you know, it's all good. It's all good. Y'all doing all right? Everybody okay out there? Y'all doing okay? All right. So most questions: what do I need to be made aware of and focus on the next 2 weeks? Oh, I like this kind of question. Period. I'm feeling this Oracle deck, and then I'll pull some tarot. All right. Yeah, shout out to my ancestors, Reverend O.C. Green and Reverend Mariah Green. Y'all can thank them anytime I get to preaching like I do. So, Ibaye, love and gratitude to the Rev and Mariah, Grandmother Mariah. All right. All right. Y'all doing great? Okay, Quinn says they're doing great. Okay, I just want to see how y'all doing. All right, let's see. What does Simone, thank you, Spirit. What is some cards talking? Okay, what does Simone need to be made aware of and focus on the next 2 weeks? I just want to get like 1 or 2 of these Oracle cards, and then we're going to get into the tarot to get into some details. Get into some details. The gift that keeps on giving. Spirit is talking about, what do you have the gift that keeps on giving and going to find opportunities. So this is one, you physically, like actually going to find opportunities. And also I think that you are future tense. You are going to find opportunities. Like things are going to be coming toward you. And I love that this talks about the gift that keeps on giving, the tree of life. And so I'm just really interested in what it is that I'm going to get the, let me get the, oh no, you have a headache. Oh, Spirit, please touch April's head that she will feel relief, that the headache would lift, that she would feel ease in her body, health in her body. Yeah, that it would ease any pressure, any tingling, any sensations that are uncomfortable, that they'll be lifted from her. I pray for healing. Pray for relief, and quickly. In the name of the divine and the ancestors who love her, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. Okay. Simone, yeah, I like this for you. Yeah, there's opportunities. I don't know if you are an earth sign, but this sounds a lot like the earth sign reading, where it was saying like, get out there, just be out there. Like you need to be doing something front facing or with people, but definitely like publicly doing something. But there's some kind of opportunity that's coming toward you. Oh, is this card? Okay, sorry. Let me focus. Let me focus. Yeah, I like that. The gift that keeps on giving. So you may find that you're going to receive a gift. Yeah, receiving something that is sustainable. It could even come in the form of an idea or something that can generate some sort of income or something that's just like fun. Something that like you might even find that you're like an idea comes and like the example that I'm getting is like, oh, I saw something online. I saw TikTok, and this TikTok was talking about doing Pilates, and I never thought about doing Pilates, but let me try it. And then Pilates becomes like your new thing. But like, so like, that's what I mean. Like the gift that keeps on giving is something that keeps coming. Oh, you have heavy earth placements. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Very that. So that message was absolutely for you because it's showing up again. Yeah. Okay. So Spirit, what does Simone need to know or need to be made aware of and focus on the next 2 weeks? We got the 3 of Cups. See, social. You're doing something social. You're doing something social. And the Ace of Cups. Dare I say date? Doing something romantic? This feels like getting with people, getting with your friends, hanging out, doing something. Oh, your headache eased up. Hallelujah. Give thanks to the ancestors. Give thanks to the divine. Ashe. I'm so glad to hear that, April. Yeah. Just keep, doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. But yeah, we want that lifted off of you so that you can sleep well, So yeah, I would just say here, yeah, it feels like really social. The next 2 weeks, I see you being social, being lively, getting out there in the world in some way, sort of fashion. And even if you're not physically being in the world, you may just be more on social, or you may have phone calls, catching up with people. Like that's what it feels like. So yeah, see, Ace of Pentacles is here at the bottom of the deck. You might find that there's like something that you might find a new friend, or like I said, is it a dating situation? Because it's kind of cute. I don't know. If you get invitations to go out and hang out and do stuff, I would say go for it, because there could be something lucrative or something new that's being built. Like I said, something sustainable, like something that's unsuspecting. Like, you just like, hey, I'm gonna go to the little thing over here. I'm gonna go or let me just go to the bookstore. And then you run into somebody. Like that's what it's giving, like meet cute, like something happening in that way. So I really like that. Let me pull some tea leaves since you asked about future, about what is coming. Whoa, yo. What is this? This literally says grapes, time to go out and have fun. I'm not directing this towards you, but bitch, when the cars be on, they be on. They be on. You also have strong emotion, passionate love, or hate. Fire of desire. So yeah, I just feel like this is a time for you to get out. Do something. Do something you wouldn't normally do. Do something you wouldn't normally do. Huh? Actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. But I love that. I love that for you. I love that for you. That's real cute. I like that. Period. Okay, that was real cute. Let us move on to peace. Peace. What is your question? Drop it in the chat. After peace, we have Nail, Magic, Janice, Imani. Hey, hey Tina. I saw you in the chat. Yeah. Tina. Okay, cool. Peace, when you are ready, you can drop your question. Yes, Quinn says just smiling for this reading. Hope you have fun. I know, right? You gotta let us know what kind of fun you're having, because it looks like a really good time. Yeah, like I feel like it's like laughter and joy and just like, oh my God, I'm so tickled. Or like it could be like connecting with a friend. It's like we haven't talked like this in so long. Like it's so sweet. Yes. Peace says, what is needed for me to fortify myself at this time? I share. Good question. Nell, go ahead and get your question ready, and you can drop it in the chat when I ask for it. Go ahead and get your question ready. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Peace, I just love your spirit, because even as I just said your name and started to pull these cards, like it just felt like water. Like it just literally just felt like a rainfall. Not rainfall. I guess maybe waterfall. Like it just felt like all the way down, right? Wow, that feels really good. So yeah, my prayer is that you can experience what I'm feeling from you energetically, right? That you continue to experience that in your life, right? That you will see the expressions and the love of your ancestors and your spirit guides, that you will feel that way, right? That they will just continue to just pour out their love on you in that way. That they will continue to pour out their spirit upon you in that way so that you can feel, yeah, like it's very chill. Like I felt like I had to even change how I was talking because of you. All right. For my sweet love piece, what is needed for them to fortify themselves at this time? What's needed? One more card. One more card. You have this one, child. You have okay. It's a 3-step thing. So the first thing is real simple. You got the 7 of Wands as well. Protect your peace. Like you asked about fortifying your peace is so key right now. Like the peace that you already have, the peace that I sensed when I just said your name and started shuffling cards for you, fortifying that, building barriers around that is key. Like being real defensive, right? About your peace. You have this with the 8 of Swords and with the Knight of Cups. And the 8 of Swords is saying to me, like, when you are, after you, or as you are protecting your peace, being very, guarding your peace. The 8 of Swords talks about the ways that we kind of like keep ourselves bound is what I was about to say, but that doesn't really feel right. But I'll stick with it because that's what I have. That's the language that's coming to me right now. But keep ourselves bound. Keep ourselves bound. Because the protecting of your peace is not to keep you necessarily in or like keep you separate from. it is more of like a bubble. This is what I'm saying. When I was pregnant with my my oldest, I used hypnosis. I had him through hypnosis. So I did the whole thing where, you don't experience pain when you're birthing. And so one of the things that they taught in this self-hypnosis class was having a bubble. We call it a bubble of peace. I love that. Ooh, bubble of peace. We had a bubble of peace. And so your defense is not like a strong tower, right? Like, it's not like with guards, and it's not forceful like that. It's soft, right? It's penetrable, but you determine who can get in and who can't, right? And so the bubble of peace, the way that we would do the visualization, they would say, imagine yourself and your baby. And if that feels good for you, you can do that too. Or maybe you just have a bubble of peace for just you. But imagine yourself and your baby, and you're in this bubble of peace. And so what they would do is say, imagine the color. What color is it? Imagine yourself there, right? And so I would always imagine myself in this open field, and I would put myself inside this bubble, right? And so then they would say, expand the bubble just a little bit so you can kind of like move around inside of it. And then they would say, bring the bubble all the way down as though it's a part of your skin now, right? So then I would experience that. And then it would say, expand it all the way out. And I want you to imagine that bubble, it has a, how would you decorate it? What would you use to enchant it, right? Or to protect it? What would you use? And so for me, I had my child in 2018, so I was thinking about Black Panther. So I imagined vibranium over my bubble. And so the way that I enchanted it is vibranium, you can't put, not even bullets. There's no artillery that can penetrate vibranium. But I said, the way that I am enchanting it, I will allow in who I want to allow in, and it will keep out who I want to keep out. And so I would play with that. I would make the bubble big, and I'll bring it back to my skin. I will make it big, and I'll bring it back to my skin. And of course, I'm with child, so my child is inside of me. So he's good as long as he is in here. But you can invite family. So they would say at certain points, bring your family. What family members would you bring into the bubble? Right? When do you need to increase the bubble to keep more distance between you and the outside world? And that's kind of all that to say, I see that for you. I see that for you. So if you were to create this bubble of peace, who would you invite into it? When do you know you need to bring it closer so you can feel the warmth of that protection? And when do you need to push it out to create distance? That's what I hear for you. And so, in other words, that force field, that bubble is not like hard. It's not, like I said, it's not hard. Right? I don't see it like with these swords all around you. Instead, it's like it's open, it's still receptive, but it is still fierce and protective too. Right? And you have this with the Knight of Cups. And to me, this just says simply that to fortify your peace, there is you should engage in lovely romantic sweet things, like dates, like I like, was it the Artist Way has like the artist dates, right? It's like, how can you be sweet on yourself, right? How can you be sweet to yourself? What gestures feel like they would like make you smile, make you blush? Be real sweet. And create from that sweetness. Move from that sweetness. So even when, peace, you are having to push your bubble of peace out because somebody's trying to penetrate and you're like, oh no, you can't come in here because you're going to mess up my peace. There's something here that's like so loving about it. And it's like, yeah, I'm doing this out of love. You can't You can't mess up what I got going on here. And because I love myself and my baby, this is as far as you can come. This Knight of Cups also feels like a guard or a guide for you. So this may be like not even you, but almost like that guide. Like you might have watchmen on the wall, so to speak. I know you picking up what I'm putting down. That you have people, guides, ancestors who are white, who are holding down the fort, so to speak, on the outside and the inside of that bubble of peace. Yeah, I love that for you. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. Uh-huh. Queen of Wands. What can you craft and enchant that will be powerful and meaningful, that will protect and hold, and as you said, fortify your peace? Yeah. Oh, I love you so much. I hope that that was helpful, my love. We are going to move on to Nell. Nell, drop your question in the chat. After Nell, we have Magic, Janice, Imani, and Tina. You're so welcome, Peace. You're so welcome. Nell says, what is the current energy and what am I meant to learn from it? Oh, what's the current energy? Let's see. Energy. Yup. What's the energy right now? Right now. Okay. This one too? Okay. Got it. Okay. Your card's telling stories. We got the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Hermit. This time the card that I was looking at was the 5 of Cups, so this is not necessarily what I am feeling for you. This is really like the energy. The energy is really kind of giving it almost feels like there may be people who are got a lot going on around you. I don't know if they're like putting things on you or what, but like the 2 of Pentacles kind of feels like you're kind of like managing a lot of people's emotions, right? This could be living and the dead, but managing a lot, like trying to keep everything afloat and trying to make do. But there also just feel like this message here about you needing to kind of be you, to not be enmeshed with other people's obligations, expectations, things like that. You've been doing some truth telling. You've been telling people what it is lately. Or is it that you need to? Because the 3 of Swords feels like that truth telling that needs to be happening or is happening. But yeah, there feels like there's a holding a lot of what actually is not yours to juggle right now. It feels like you're kind of doing it with grace though, but the question is it necessary? Is this really yours? Is this really all yours to handle? It feels like you've really been doing like a healing journey. Oh, you said some truths have been said and some haven't. Yeah. It feels like you've been doing like a lot of healing, and I think that the more clarity you have, the more you're like seeing, oh shit. You know, when you like, when you can see things never go back to being the same, particularly in like family dynamics, things never go back to being the same because you can see, you can understand, right? Your spirit can see, right? Your inner children are informing you of things or helping you remember things. Like your highest self is starting to be like, to come in. Like your ancestors might even come in and start saying stuff to you. And so like, when you can see, it just makes things really, it makes it difficult to pretend anymore. And so it feels like that. It feels like almost having to separate yourself from what it looks like now that you have understanding of what it is. What is the truth of this person, place, or thing, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Let's see. What's the lesson? I mean, I'm really, really, really pulling toward this Hermit card. It feels like what I've been saying all year. Recently went no contact with your mother. Well, to go with what I was about to say, is your mother an earth sign? Because I just saw the Queen of Pentacles when I picked up this deck. The Queen, no, I can't find it, but the Queen of Pentacles pulled up. I was going to say, it feels like the answer for you, what you're supposed to be learning right now, is this. What I was saying is 2025, I've been calling the year of self as source because we're in a hermit year. Meaning that you have the answers baked into your DNA. Your spirit already knows. You already have this wisdom because of your lived experience can be what qualifies you for your knowing. Okay, she's a Leo. All right, so that was just. Are you ready to stand on your own? Because that's what this is giving. That's what this is giving. I assumed that it was some type of severing from the family because the first two cards that came out were the Ten of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Ten of Cups with the Three of Swords. So I was like, there's a severing here for sure. But you notice how typically in the Ten of Cups, there's a family, but here there's only one person who has decided I'm going to be my own family. I'm going to be my own satisfaction. I'm going to fill my own cups. I'm going to change what people say is supposed to make me happy. Because maybe it doesn't include all these people. Maybe it's just me. At least me for now. That's what that feels like. And so, yeah, I think what you're supposed to learn from that is that kind of what I was saying before. There are things that people might say is not right, but is correct. And so can you be in your correctness based off your lived experience? Based off of you trusting yourself and your body as the source that knows how to offer protection, how to offer care. And let that be what you're balancing. You see how before you had two cards of balance. See how you had the Two of Pentacles where it's like, I'm trying to manage all this shit, all this stuff. And I'm somewhere, my feet about to fall in this damn sand. And there's chaos behind you. And you just trying to keep it going. Right? But Temperance, this person's seated. This is what happens after. This came after the Hermit card, right? The lesson here is, the balance here is, what is alignment when I am the one who is sourcing my wisdom? When it's my ancestors, right, who are sourcing my wisdom. When I'm allowing my healing journey to source my wisdom. Then I'm now seated. I'm not in this energy, right, where there's chaos. Here, the water here is chaotic. The water here is smooth. It's flowing, right? It's cleansing your feet. That means the path that you've walked, right? You've walked a long journey, right? Take off your shoes, put your feet in the water, right? Have some tea. Be in your healing. Be in this time. Let the water cool you. Let the water cool you. I feel I don't know if it's your heartache or someone else's heartache. It's probably somebody else's. Somebody else feeling like they don't understand, right? You are permitted to pursue your peace. Hello, don't we love alliteration? You are permitted to pursue your peace. And that came from on high. You're permitted to pursue your own peace. And I just want to say that I'm sorry that your parent was not willing to be who you needed that could have prevented all of this. And I'm proud that you are parenting yourself to give yourself what you need. Keep going. Keep healing. Keep mending and integrating. You got this. Yeah. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Next up is Magic. Magic, get your question ready, or drop your question in the chat. Followed by Janice, Imani, and then Tina. Magic, drop your question in the chat. Drop the question. What are my dreams trying to communicate to me at this time? Ooh, that's juicy. That's real juicy. Ew. I like that. I like it like that. Ew. All right, after Magic, Janice, go ahead and have your question ready for when I ask for it. Have your question ready. I like this question too, Simone. What are your dreams trying to communicate at this time? Worldly work. This means worldly work. Worldly work is talking about the work that you do, right? The work that you are. This is there's something that you are supposed to be putting out into this world. There's people that you trust, that you thank you. I don't have April said, Jada, don't forget to spray yourself down and drink your fluids. I have water. Let me drink my water. You're right. I don't have my cleansing spray, but you know what I got? Because a hoodoo gonna make it work. I pray over this and consecrate this, and this will be refreshing to my body and to my spirit, to my aura and my auric field. May it be consecrated for this purpose. Ashe. You know what I just sprayed on myself? Setting spray, because I'm a hoodoo and then magic works in me. And you know, that do make me feel good. Ashe. Make the magic work for you. Let me drink this water. All right. Magic. Worldly work is your ancestors saying. Yes, you better set. I have on no makeup, by the way, but you knew it was setting spray. I love y'all down. Big purr, period. Magic. The worldly work card is saying you are your holdup. You are your holdup. There's another card in this deck that talks about ancestral work, where it's like, it's on the big guns. It's on the spirits that walk with you. It's on the spirits that love you, guard you, protect you. When worldly work shows up, they say, we ain't got nothing to do. We waiting on you, actually. Creation's actually waiting on you. So this is an active time. They're saying you actually need to put your... It's about what's in your hands. It's about what's in your hands. So now I'm thinking about a dream that you just told me that you had that featured me. I'm not going to share it, but you know the dream, so I'll be able to talk to you directly. The dream involved bodies of water. And what's your name? What do you do? And you were saving people, reaching for people in said water, were you not? What's your name? What do you do? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You say you the ferryman? You say you the ferryman? You ferry others to the other side? Huh? Y'all in the chat, can y'all just tell Magic that they're the ferryman? Just say you the ferryman. You the ferryman. You the ferryman. You the ferryman. You are the ferryman. Be the ferryman. Worldly work. Put your work in the world. You the ferryman. Hello, peace. You the ferryman. You are the ferryman. Your ancestor said, that's above us now. You the ferryman. So I want you to think back onto the dreams that you've been having, because I only know about that one. But think back on the dreams that you're having and put your work in it or take your work out of it. See it through the lens of the ferryman. Divine on it as the ferryman. See it with your ferryman eyes. See it as opportunities. It might be your playing field. It might give you insight into who you are ferrying. It might give you insight into where you need to be. Where you need to be in the world. You are the ferryman. Yes. Ferryman. Ferry the people across to the other side. Simone said, you better usher them ferrymen. Huh? You are the ferryman. Huh? April said, you are the ferryman, the big one, not the little one. That's all I got for you, boo. You know what you're supposed to do. Put it out there. Put it out there. Put it out there. You are the ferryman. You are the ferryman. And to go back to the dream that you just shared with me, the people who are in the water who need help, they're not going to be like, well, let me see your credentials. No. They need somebody who know the waters and who can get them out. So the people who need you, they don't care about no credentials. The only credential they're wondering is, can you ferry me across? Can you get me to where I'm going? Can you help me find the way? And you are doing holy work because you are guiding young children, the inner children, right? Think back on that dream. The inner children are calling. So even as you're working with adults, it's the children that you're ministering to. It's the children you're ministering to. You are the ferryman. Ferry those babies to the other side. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe-o. Let me tell you something. This is not setting spray no more, honey. This ain't setting spray no more, honey. This is something else now. Because that did it for me, huh? That did it for me, huh? Preach a story. I told you when I get to preaching down, y'all know my ancestors are with me, huh? Mm-hmm. Ashe. Ashe. Okay, Janice, you're up. Heading over to Janice, then then Imani, go ahead and have your question ready. You will be next. And then we have Tina. All right. Janice's question. What do I need to know to make a decision about my house selling versus keeping and renting, and the pacing of my decision now or later? What do you need to know to make a decision about your house and the pacing of that decision? Okay. Let's get some tarot. Yeah. What do you need to know to make a decision? Now, hold on. Wait a minute. What do you need to know to make a decision about your house and the pacing of your decision? Is the decision, because see, I'm about to use my coach stuff now. Because see, okay. Are you asking whether or not you should sell or rent? Is that the question? Is that the question? Or I want to be clear on what we're asking before I pull. That's what you're asking. Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. I'm going to pull cards for whether, like, what, let's play with timelines here. Let's look at the timeline where you keep it and rent it out. Let's look at the timeline where you sell it. And let's look at that. And we're just going, obviously, because there are multiple timelines that are guided by the decisions that you're making at every turn, right? Every turn you're making a decision, every moment you make a decision. What I want to do is use that to get you to kind of play in possibility, right? Can I get my moderators to take care of that, please? All right. Let's see. What is, Spirit, can you show me, allow me to peek into the timeline where Janice has sold the home. Oh, wait, hold on. Way too many cards. Where Janice has sold the home. Yeah. Yeah, and this one too. Yeah. And can you help me peek into the timeline where, one of the timelines where Janice is renting the home to others. Okay. Now, bottom of the deck is the Fool. So we already see that this is going to be a new adventure and a new journey for you regardless, right? It's going to require a lot of faith regardless. Both of these things are going to require you to be stretched. It's going to take you on a new journey and into a new experience altogether. So I love that it's here. Let's look at what could happen, right? We're not saying this is definite, set in stone, but this is one of the timelines that we're exploring where you sell the home. We have Temperance. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. I'm going to flip over the other cards and then we'll talk. Let's look at one of the timelines where you rent the home out. We have Page of Cups. We have Three of Wands. We have Justice. Okay. When I look at the cards for you selling the home, Temperance, Eight of Cups, Five of Wands, the energy kind of feels like meh. Honestly, if I had to describe it, but let me not generalize like that. I definitely see that there's some type of like, I don't want to say blockage, but definitely some challenges with selling the home with that Five of Wands. Yeah. I sense that it's going to take like a lot of like things to do, things to manage, things to kind of, yeah, things to do is the only word that I'm coming up with. What's the Eight of Cups, Spirit? What's the Eight of Cups? Seven of Pentacles. And Temperance. I'm trying to separate these cards, but I guess I'm not supposed to because they're coming together. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just feels like there will be a lot to do if you sell this home. There also just feels like you are feeling a lot around selling the home. With the Ten of Cups, it could be things dealing with family, relating to family, right? And just the volatility of the market right now. Like the Wheel of Fortune is like things are up, things are down, and things are just kind of all around, right? It feels like that. And that Five of Wands feels like definitely like that challenge that's happening there. That Eight of Cups. It kind of feels like regret to me. That's kind of like what I am. That's what I kind of feel from it. I don't know. I know that you're also a very skilled reader. I don't know if you are feeling it energetically as well, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. Now, as far as renting the home, this energetically feels different. I was going to give it a judgment and say better, but I think it feels different. The Page of Cups is beautiful because it is that is like receptive energy. It is something that is like moving from a more like emotional, spiritual space that doesn't require a lot, right? Which is different from what I was feeling on the other side. And the Three of Wands talks about like the expansive options that are opening up that could be available. Justice could talk about legal matters, and so that might mean that if you are leaning toward renting, making sure that you have like your paperwork is tight, making sure that things that you have like professionals that you are working with who can assist you and help you get through what that could look like for you, so that that your property is protected, that things are taken care of well. Yeah. Is there anything else here? And the other part of your question was the pacing of your decision, now or later. Now or later. I'm going to do now and later for them both. That don't feel right. Which one, Janice, do you want me to ask that question for? Ten of Wands just showed his face, by the way. So if you're feeling overwhelmed about it, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, like that would be an indicator to just be mindful of that. You said for now. Okay, so what does it look like if you do it now? Which one though? Buying or renting? Like, I'm sorry, selling or renting? That's what I meant. what the question that I would have, and you don't have to answer this in the chat or anything, but what is going to lighten your load? Because if you've been feeling like that burden of like the 10 of Wands that I just saw, what's gonna lighten your load for renting? All right. What Spirit? What do you have to say? Yes, I've been feeling concerned about it, hearing from my father about selling, but feeling differently from the land. And it could just be like, and again, none of this is set in stone. This is all just what is happening energetically, and it just feels like that 5 of Wands feels confrontational about selling. So you know what I'm saying? Like it feels more easeful renting energetically just in the cards, but you know the tree's been talking to you. Okay, so Spirit, what's the energy around renting out the home now? 9 of Cups, dreams coming true. Based on these cards, I would say that is something to heavily consider. But again, with the advice of, as you move forward, making sure that you have legal stuff in order. Legal stuff in order. So whatever you have to do to get your ducks in a row, that's the decision that you're choosing to make. Having your legal stuff in order. Seeking legal help. If that means like having a property manager, like that requires like more money and things like that, you know what I'm saying? So like all that kind of stuff, just really start getting your affairs, like your legal official affairs and documents in order. I would say do that. But yeah, that's what I would say. Let me know what you decide. And I had a message from you, so I will check on that later on. Sending you love, you know I love you. Thank you, Janice. Moving on to Imani, and then after Imani is Tina. After Tina, I don't have anybody else in line, so the line is still open if you want a reading from me tonight. But if not, then I'll just close out. You're so welcome, Janice. The line is still open, and there's only 2 people in line. Imani, you can drop your question whenever you are ready. Hopefully, Tina's still here. If so, Tina, have your question ready. You'll be going after Imani. I love you, Imani. I just want to know what I need to know right now. Okay, Tina, I see you. Have your question ready. Okay. I love you so bad, Imani. Because I literally could see your face when you said that. I can hear your voice. I want to know what I need to know right now, period. All right, Spirit, what does Imani, what does Imani need to know right now? What does Imani need to know right now? I love y'all down. Oh, shit. Damn. You got the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. Damn. Okay. I mean, you have beautiful opportunities of like there's a newness that's here. Opportunities that could be either lucrative or it could just be something that's taking root in you right now. Not gonna hold you. I don't know if this is possible at all, but if I see these 2 cards together, I would say pregnancy. So if it's not a physical pregnancy, right, then I wonder, what are you bringing forth? Hi, Juanita. I wonder what it is that you're bringing forth, because something very beautiful is happening. It feels like in your environment, but also you as well. Oh, I feel like Spirit is just like bringing you in some sort of like support, some sort of safety and security is happening, right? And I really love that for you. I really love that for you. They're also with the sun. That's the card of harvest, right? There's something that's happening here that's harvest. That is, you said not a physical pregnancy, but you agree. Yeah, like it literally feels like something is being incubated. But yeah, like there's harvest, meaning there's something beautiful that is happening that soon the world will see. It's like, you know how when you like pregnant, I mean, you might not know, but you know, when someone is pregnant, there's time when people don't know. There's even some people who are pregnant and they don't know that they're pregnant, right? And they could be like almost to delivery. That's what this feels like. It feels like something is being incubated and worked inside of you, and soon everybody will be able to see it. And I really love that for you. This is a really good time for you to go outside, be in the elements, be in and really just enjoying your fun. Like, how can you like encourage fun? Somebody just paid, but I'm not sure who. So can you tell me in the chat who you are so I can put you on the list? I see a payment came through, so let me know in the chat that you paid. But yeah, so like that is really beautiful. Ew, I like that. Be outside, be seen, be out in the sun, right? There could also just be things coming into your psychic awareness at this time that you are feeling called to act on, right? So I really love that for you. I love that for you. Yeah, you could also just have some money coming in. Let me see. Anything else, Spirit? Use these cards. I feel like I'm gonna use these. Yeah. Oh my God, 10 of Cups. What the hell? You about to be really happy. You about to be really, really like just happiness. Oh my God, Imani. There's so much joy around you. You got the Ace of Pentacles. You got the Sun. You got 10 of Cups. Like this is like just happiness. Like Spirit is just like what do you need to know? You about to be really happy. Like you're gonna feel really good. Having some people around you. Celebration, right? Yeah, you said I'm so excited. I've been feeling exactly that energy of harvest since my birthday season. This is just so, it just feels like, oh, like I'm just overwhelmed with like just joy and beauty. Hi, C. Okay, you want to know what Spirit? Let me put your name down. Put your name down. Copy that question so that when it's your turn, because it's hard for me to kind of see the comments in here after they've gone away. But so copy that for when it's time. Copy it so you can paste it again is what I'm saying. Yeah, oh my God, Imani. Damn. All right, let me just look, you got spiritual love. Spiritual love. Yeah, it feels so good. Like the energy just feels so good. I'm like, dang, what is coming in for Imani? What is really going on? Baby, what I tell you? Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Huh? I ain't pulling no more. See? I ain't pulling no more. I thought it was a different card. I ain't pulling no more. It's about to get real good, Imani. It's sweet. It's sweet for you right now. I love that. I love that. That's right. Literally nothing can steal my joy. That's exactly what it feels like. You're on a really beautiful path of like familial love, and that can be chosen family or your given family, right? Like you have like this a lot of ancestral love around you. Like I said, spiritual love. You have the sun, the literal sun shining down upon you, right? Like, yeah, there's just beautiful energy just emanating off of you. So, child, you doing real good. Your ancestors and your guys love you bad, and they are really like orchestrating a lot for you. See, yeah, 6 of Cups, they're orchestrating a lot for you right now. I say on that. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, get your Tina Belcher dance on, honey. Yeah. Tina, go ahead and drop your question, and then we'll go to C. Go ahead and drop your question. We'll go on to C. Ashe. Ashe indeed. The line is still open, so if you want a question answered, check the information in the description box to get on the list. All right, Tina says, how can I best prepare for the next season in life? This next season in life. Good night, peace. Love you. Oh, yes, for the bubbles, period. If I could, I would send you a bubble back. I'm sending you a bubble back. Love you. All right. How can Tina best prepare for this next season? By the way, I love this question. I love this question. How can you prepare? How can you prepare? How can you prepare? Huh? Huh? Tina, you got the Chariot and the King of Pentacles. Two things. Get in motion. Get in motion. Go. When you feel like that hesitation, go. Just go. Go for it. Move. Take action. Iteration. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And be open to, well, how can I say it like this? The King of Pentacles is secure in themselves. Secure in themselves. Secure in their gifts. Secure in what they have. They're stable, right? They are sure of themselves. Just go. Go for it. Bet on yourself. Practice iteration. Don't gaslight yourself out of like, oh, my ideas, all that. Hi, Pookie. Hey, Jerry. JT. Don't gaslight yourself. Don't gaslight yourself. Also, use your lived experiences, your learned expertise as fuel for your chariot. Use that as fuel for your chariot. The gifts, the talents, right? The resources, use that as fuel for your chariot. It's literally what I just heard, literally, shut up and drive. Shut up and drive. Shut up and drive. Get in the car, let the top back, turn on some tunes, and go. Make it happen for yourself. Get in the driver's seat and go. And go. Bottom of the deck's 3 of Pentacles. So I am excited about what this means for you. With this, within the King of Pentacles, this almost makes me feel like there are opportunities for you to work with people. Make sure that if you didn't, when this is over, go watch the collective read, child, because we was eating off the collective word. Go, because this card came up again then, and this was talking about trusting ourselves with other people. Trusting ourselves with other people. We might be like feeling like we're in alignment with ourselves when we get with other people, then we're not so sure. So the 3 of Pentacles is saying there's opportunity for you to go and grow with others. With the King of Pentacles, this could actually mean some type of funding or funder. So you might even have like a mentor or somebody who's going to help you show the ropes, right? But the 3 of Pentacles is coming together, sharing in community. So you getting in your chariot don't mean going alone. You may be going with others. So where is it that you're trying to go? And how can other people help you stay on the path? So I'm talking about accountability. I'm talking about showing up. I'm talking about staying and remaining in community, which requires that you stay and remain with yourself. So yeah, so if you haven't seen the earlier reading, make sure you check that out. But yeah, there could also just be somebody who is, who may be like, who might fund, like a benefactor of some sort, or some type of mentor, somebody who's wiser, who you could go to be like, oh yeah, like this person helped me. Yeah, April says that's one of the classics from Riri, Shut Up and Drive. Let's see how else. Okay. All right, Spirit is saying for you, Pay attention to your health, Tina, and also you have news is on the way. This is typically the good news is on the way. You get like 1 or 2 more cards for this next season for Tina, for this next season. See, crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Honor and respect will come to you. Get in your car and go. Get in your car and go. You hear me? Get in your car and go. Okay, Simone, I see you. Thank you for that. I'm going to put you on the list. Thank you, Tina. I hope that was helpful. We're going to move on to C. C, can you put your second question, not second question. Can you put your question in the chat again so I can see it? Thank you, Tina. I also see another one that came in. Somebody else paid before. Somebody paid after C. Can someone who paid? Who paid? Somebody paid before. Oh, okay, I see it. Robin, I think you were the one who came in after C, and then it's Simone's second question. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. So it's Robin and then Simone. Okay, so Robin, get your question ready. Don't put in the chat just yet. But yeah, not just yet, but I will. Okay. Very good. All right. You said, C, what does Spirit want to say to me right now? I'm starting to question some recent moves and decisions, so I just need some guidance. Ashe. Oop. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What does Spirit have to say to C right now? This card right here? All right. Yeah, I'm going to put that back. This card came out, but... to a different tarot. I don't know if y'all can hear my child. My children are like playing outside my door and they're just like screaming and playing and blowing bubbles, and it just sounds really cute to me. I'm switching up decks for you, C. Yeah. What does Spirit want C to know right now? Thank you, Spirit. I'm literally hearing be still. Be still, C. Be still. Be still. And sometimes we be like trying to course correct when we're already going the right way. Sometimes. Let's see. Yeah. What's this message from Spirit? Yep. 9 of Swords. I can see the thoughts. This came up in somebody else's reading earlier. I can see the thoughts. I can see the I can see the ruminations. I can see the like, oh Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what this is giving. That's what this card is giving. That person is just like, what the hell did I do? What the hell is going on? What the helly? What the heliante? What the hell, LeBron James? But literally, that's what this is giving. Be still. I see why. Because your mind, your thoughts are really, 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 really loud. And so they're just saying like try to still them if you can. And what would it mean for you to drop down like your thoughts? Like how can you, instead of being up here, how can you drop all of that energy into your body instead? Right? How can you, in the self-development world, in the coaching world that I'm in, one of my teachers calls that, how do you go from being in the attic to the body of the basement of your body? Right? The activity of the attic, which is your thoughts, your mind, your brain, which there's nothing wrong with that. We need that. We need those faculties. And also, how do you drop down into your body actually? To go from what you think to what you know. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. That's victory. That's victory. That's winning, actually. And that's what I mean by sometimes we are like, oh shit, stuff's starting to look weird, and start trying to course correct, and it be wrong. This is what's coming to me. I remember when, I can't remember which hurricane it was, but I used to live in Florida. It was hurricane season, and I am not from Florida. I'm from Georgia. And we, like, when hurricanes come, I'm from, like, you know, North Georgia, so like in the Atlanta area, a little south of Atlanta. And so when there were hurricanes, we wouldn't like be impacted because we were far enough away from the coast. So when I lived in Florida, y'all know what it's like in Florida. Dangerous. So I was like, oh. And I remember like the first big hurricane when I lived out there in Florida, my partner and I were like, we got to get the hell out of Dodge. And so because it was a big one, I think it was like Hurricane Irma that was supposed to, like, they said it was going to wipe out the whole state of Florida. We were like, we got to go. Maybe it wasn't Irma. I can't remember now. Anyway, that's not important. ADHD. So the streets were shut down. The interstate was shut down. And so we had to take street roads the entire way. And baby, when I say we was in the reddest of redneck cities, the reddest of redneck towns, like Confederate flags everywhere, like just, and see, I just left North Carolina. I was living in Charlotte for the last like 2.5 years. Cause baby, I'm from the South, huh? I love the South. But we were off the interstate. We were taking street roads. We were trying to get to Atlanta from Orlando without taking the interstate. So while we're going, we were on the darkest roads where all we could see were Confederate flags. No lights, no people, just dark. We are 2 Black people driving at night with Confederate flags on the left and right side of us, on damn near dirt roads, right? Our destination was to get to Atlanta, right? But if we had gotten on the interstate, we would have been sitting there, probably would have ran out of gas. People run out of gas. It was horrible. If in the middle of us trying to get to where we were going, we thought, oh, we need to course correct. We need to go the other way. I'd probably still be driving out there now, y'all. That was years ago. I'd probably still be driving, trying to find my way. Still trying to find my way. So when you're in the middle, it feels like this. When you feel like there's danger. Like, how the hell? But your GPS tells you to go that way. But it's rednecks out here with guns and they don't like Black people. This can't be the way. And yet it is. Stay in your car. Keep your mind. Focus on what you know. Because what I know is my brain tells me I'm in danger if something happens. But what I know is I'm in my car and I'm actually safe. What I know is I'm almost home. What I know is if I get on that interstate, it might seem safer, but I'm actually in more danger because I could I could get in an accident. There's so many more cars out there. I could lose gas. Gas was running out. There was no gas stations with gas in them. So I'm going to be in a worse situation. So it feels like I'm in danger. I think that I am, but I know I'm on the right path. Because and it's so interesting because the last time this car came out for another person, the messages was pretty similar. You actually winning. You actually winning. Yeah, them back roads in Florida don't play, and neither do the ones in Georgia. But honestly, that's the South in general. Honestly, that's the whole nation in general. Driving while Black is real. So all that to say, see, Spirit just wants you to know, yes, the thought, your activity, the thoughts, yes, it's a lot going on. You might even feel like you're trying to like gasp for air. Like, please, like somebody just give me some air to breathe. I just need something to work, right? Just keep going. The plans didn't change even if you changed your mind in the middle. Your destination didn't change even though it looks like it is real murky. It's dark. It's scary out here. regardless of how the road looks, you are still moving how you need to move. Well, I don't know if you're moving how you need to move, but you're moving on the path that you're supposed to be on. Based off these cards, right? Ace of Swords. That's like turning on the headlights. You know, you drive on a dark road, you can't really see. So you got to turn your high beams on. That's the clarity. So Spirit is saying, seek clarity when you can't see. Seek clarity, right? Call a friend. That was the advice that I gave somebody earlier through the cards. Call a friend, right? Remember why you set out on this journey in the first place. Rather than playing out what could go wrong, ask yourself, what is going right? How am I intact in this journey? What does my body know, even if my brain can't access it right now? Yeah. Anything else here? No, that's all that I have. That's all that I have. Yeah. Spirit is, you are seeing yourself as you are experiencing despair, and Spirit is saying that you can and will be victorious. Just keep going. See it through. See it through. And then make a choice, a different choice if you need to, but see it through. Yeah. I hope that's helpful. All right. Moving on to Robin. Do you have your question? Robin, are you ready? All right. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. Going to Robin and then Simone for your second question. Whenever you're ready, Robin, you can drop your question into the chat. The line is still open, so if you would like a reading, you can follow the instructions in the description box and join the list. There's only 2 people in front of you right now. Waiting for Robin. Y'all doing okay out there? Y'all doing all right? Y'all enjoying the word? I know sometimes you can grab a word from somebody else's word, right? That's why I like watching readings, because sometimes I'm like, I might get me a word anyway, just being around. And we love that. We love that. Robin. Maybe they're typing. There we go. I'm asking for general guidance and direction to orient myself and move forward at this time. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. It's important not to like Robin, I almost sense like this wanting to like be very careful. Like you might be wanting to be careful or like dip your toe. And Spirit's like, when you gonna leap all the way in? When you gonna leap all the way in? Like it's almost like you're trying to be very cute, very demure, to play it safe. And Spirit is wanting you to go all in. That's what I'm hearing as I shuffle. Okay. 7 of Cups. What's the advice? What's the general guidance and direction for Robin to orient themselves and move forward? I see the confusion. I see the, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have the 7 of Cups. You have the Two of Swords. That's that indecision. That's that dipping your toe. Dipping your toe. But you have the Ace of Wands. So this really feels like this almost feels like a past, present, future. So you've been feeling very confused. You've been feeling pulled in different directions, not really sure, like, do I do this thing? Do I be with that person? Like there's so many options that are like available. And it seems like you are looking for the path of least resistance, or like whatever is going to be your guarantee. What's going to guarantee my success in this area of my life? What's going to keep me the safest here, actually? And so presently, you are in the valley of decision. This is what I would call the crossroads in my tradition. Where Two of Swords is, I'm not going to make any decision. And I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to play it safe. And I don't know if you are waiting on permission. I don't know if you're waiting on someone to tell you what to do. I don't know if you're waiting on someone on their white horse to come in and save you. But I'm going to tell you this, baby love. You can save yourself. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. You can save yourself. All you have to do is decide. The Ace of Wands is the will, right? The will. Rather than sitting here and waiting on lightning to strike, you decide, I am the lightning. I'm going to move. I'm just going to be the light that lights my own path, that moves me forward. I'm going to be the lightning strike, or the match strike, right? That gets me into movement. I'm going to activate myself. And I'm going to make a decision. The bottom of the deck for you is Judgment. And so Judgment speaks about a couple of things. This is the card of awakening, right? The card of coming to yourself, like recognizing where you are in life and recognizing that this is a big moment, right? Where you are being called from the metaphorical grave to experience new life, to be resurrected, so to speak. And so with that, you have a new light, you have a new flame. The Ace of Wands says, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the light that you are? How do you honor that and use that as not so that you're not waiting for you to know all 10 steps, but can you just take the first step? Can you initiate the first call? Can you make the first move? Rather than waiting passively, how do you take your life into your own hands? What's the smallest, simplest step that you can take? What action can you take that will be toward your calling, right? Whether that's a person, place, or thing that is honoring to you. Hear me. That is honoring to you, not the opinions of others, not getting wound up in what other people think, feel, suggest about what they think you could and should be doing. Your light lights the path. Your light activates the magic. This is all you, baby. This is all you. So I see you taking that step. What would it feel like for making decisions? What would it feel like instead of making it feel like this decision is going to make or break my life? Right? It has to be right. It has to be right. It has to be right. Because the judgment can also be the ways in which we are very critical of ourselves. So much so that we scare ourselves from making any move, right? That's why the Two of Swords has you sitting and waiting. So how could we allow the decisions that we make to be fun, to not be so uptight, to be like, oh, wow, I get to choose between this and this. Well, which one is calling to me? Which one excites me more? Which one is actually, do I think in this moment is going to help me get to where I want to be? Well, let's choose that. Let's see what's there. And then when you take that step, then of course, because life ain't nothing but a series of decisions, you'll have another decision to make. You'll have another crossroads. And then it's like, oh, well, okay, well, now that I'm here, let's see. What's lighting me up? What excites me more? What is in alignment with what I think I want for myself? Then you take another step. And you continue to do that. And every time you are leading with the light that is you. You are leading with the light that is you. The wands being the will. Do you have the will to take your life in your hands for yourself? To save yourself? Because you can. You can. All right, Robin, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. We're going to move on to Simone. Simone, what is your second question, my love? Simone is the last name on the list as it stands right now. If there's anybody else who would like a reading, the list is still open. You can get that information for how to pay for a reading in the description box, and you would be next in line. All right, Simone, drop your question whenever you are ready, my love. April says, I love how these messages feel like a warm hug and a sprinkle of realness and encouragement as we carry on. Jada is truly wonderful. Oh, thank you. And Robin, I hope that that landed on you well is also. Simone says, how should I navigate a possible friendship with my ex, if at all? Ooh, we love juicy. We love a juicy question. Thank you for a little tea tonight. Not tea, spice. That's what I'm looking for. A little spice. How should you navigate a possible friendship with your ex? Let's see. This card want to come out. You also have the Two of Swords. Okay. Okay. Six of Wands. And Knight of Pentacles. If you're going to, okay, bottom of the deck is the Hanged One. Be sure you actually want to do that. Be sure you actually want to do that. I would say take your time because you have the Knight of, first of all, you have the Two of Swords first, and you also have the Knight of Pentacles. You have one card of inactivity, you got another card of motion, but it's very slow, and then you got another card of just like hanging out. So I would just say something I said earlier that my coach says to me all the time, what's your come from? Like, know your come from, first of all. Like, in other words, what's in it for you? How might this benefit your life at this time of your life? The Hanged One is asking for you to look at all of the perspectives. It does not mean don't move forward. It just means just consider your come from. You're so welcome, Robin. Consider your come from. Like, why do I want this? Do I want this at all? And if I do, why do I want it? If I'm going to enter into this friendship with my ex, how do I need this to be different from our previous relationship? And in what ways am I okay with it being the same? Who am I now? And how is that different or the same than who I was when we were dating? Who are they now? And how is that different or the same than who they were when we were dating? What boundaries, not rules, but what boundaries do I want to enforce that will hold me so that I know what is too far and what is just right. Like the Hanged One is saying, you need to ask yourself some questions. Get all the perspectives, right? Understand your come from, right? So we have this. Is this past, present, future too? Nah, this feels like a story. So the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is like, that's the crossroads. Like you just got to decide one way or the other, right? But it also, with this Two of Swords in a conjunction with the Hanged Man, I really feel like this is saying to think about it, consider it intuitively, spiritually, right? Consider it, really think about it, and let your intuition guide you, right? Then we have the Six of Wands. It talks about victory and success, right? Winning. And so with this, it's also visibility, right? So I'm telling you now, your spirits, if you do enter into a relationship, a friendship with this person, put that shit on. Huh? Put that shit on. Put that shit on. Like, they want you to look good, smell good. Like, put that shit on. That's what that's giving. Like, leaning into, I think we talked about this before, but leaning into your glamour, leaning into all of this, put that shit on that. Also, don't play small. Be big in this friendship. If this is something you decide to do. Be big in this friendship and consider your wins. Consider how you've grown. Consider how you have expanded, right? That you are a winner. You already winning, right? The Six of Wands is like a parade. Like it's all about you and how the battles and the storms that you have come through and conquered and won. And I think that that's really important here, because I think what they're saying here is, know who you are going into this, if this is how you decide to move forward. Recognizing like this is not an opportunity here to be enmeshed with this person, right? Even though there's history. Because sometimes when we get back with people who we've been with before, we slip and slide right back into the dynamic that we were in before. Uh-oh, my baby's crying. Oh, she doesn't want to take a bath. She doesn't want to go to bed. We slip and slide into the old dynamic, and we start doing the old things, and we start going to the old places, and then you start finding yourself like you're back who you were then, but you're not. And so Spirit is saying that if you are going to move forward, recognize the growth that you've made, the person that you are now, who you have become, and how you are winning and how you've won. Then, if you move forward, do it with intention. And that's, again, the boundaries. What are the stories? What are the stories that are outdated? And what are the new stories that you've rewritten for yourself? How is this going to go? How are you going to conduct yourself? Because you can't control your ex. But how are you going to conduct yourself in the relationship? Yeah. How are you going to conduct yourself in this relationship? That's what I got for you. Yeah. I hope that is helpful and resonant for you. But yeah, that's what I got. I think that's a beautiful question. Oh, you know what, too, Simone? I just opened up the deck and the Emperor was in the center. So I can't, you were here at the beginning. Remember all the things that I said at the beginning about you integrating all your parts and you being a conductor for yourself? Remember that with the Emperor, again, for yourself. Like you running the shots. Of yourself and for yourself. I'm so glad it was helpful. I don't think I have anybody else in line. No. Okay. So the line is open, but I will probably close out here very soon. Yeah, we'll probably close out here very soon. Wow, this has been so cool. I just want to, the line is still open. If anybody wants to jump in, now will be the time. Because I'm going to close out here real soon. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I wanted to say or offer the collective at this time. Okay. If there's anybody here who has not had a reading tonight, but they don't necessarily have $25, Spirit said I can do I'm hearing my ancestors tell me do a one card pull for somebody. So if there's somebody who's watching who has not had a reading, they want a reading, they don't have the money, Spirit is saying that I can do a card. So the first person who gives me a question in the chat, I got you. If you have not had a reading and you don't have the money and you want to get a word before I close out tonight, drop your question in the chat. First one in gets the question. I'm sitting here getting quiet. Spirit's like somebody want a reading and they don't have it right now. So we're gonna see who that is. Okay, April, what's the question? What's your question? What's the question? I was gonna say somebody's here. I could just feel it. And they was like, yeah, somebody got a question. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are my ancestors pleased with how I'm connecting with them? Good question. All right. We give thanks to April's ancestors. And she wants to know, are you pleased with how she's connecting? All these cards? Just the first one? Okay. Are you pleased? Are you pleased? The Tower is here. The mama energy. The Tower is here. I don't want to say it like, no, they're not pleased, but I would say that there is something that they what you're doing, they want you to change what you're doing. And I can't tell right now if it means that you're doing too much or too little, but there does feel like there needs to be a change with what you're doing. Is it too much or is it too little? They want more. They want more. That don't always mean things though. It gives presence. They want more of your presence. That's what they want. Also, do you have ancestors who were laid to rest where you are, like buried where you are? If so, get to their gravesite and literally just like take flowers or balloons or pour libations, like go to the graves if you're near them. Or maybe even visit if it requires you to actually like travel and it's something that you can travel. Connecting with them at their gravesite is something that somebody's requesting. Somebody's requesting it. Okay. Go to the graves. Go to the cemetery. Because they're just wanting your presence. That's like when I say more, it's literally not the things. And also they're saying like don't do a whole lot of research on what to do. Like go to them. Like, yes, it's cool that there's like, and this is a message that I have been getting too, is sometimes we get into talking too fast. Page of Swords is here. This is like seeking information, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm almost hearing like, wait, do y'all want her to seek more information? No, they want you to embody this ancestral practice. This is, so going outside of yourself is not what they are asking for. If you are just wanting to know information, they're like, cool, that's fine. But like more than that, I'm really hearing is that they want you to like go with the information that your body offers you. And from relationship with them, really connecting with them at this time. Trusting the downloads that you are getting from them directly. Yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah, it's cool to like learn from other spiritualists and other hoodoos. It's good to learn from, it's good to it's good. That's what I'm hearing. It's good, but is it what we want? No, because there's specific things in your lineage, specific ways they want you to connect with them. So go to the cemetery. I would say be open. Take flowers. I don't know which of your grandparents is there. Yeah. Mother, or this is like on your mother's side, like go, yeah. I don't know, I just keep hearing go see your grandma. So I don't know if that's your grandmother or your great grandmother, but somebody, one of your grandmothers wants you to go to where she is. It's your grandma. I was gonna say, yeah, it's your, okay. I was gonna say, because I keep hearing go to your grandma. Go see your grandma. So yeah, there's something about her. My grandma on my dad's side is buried there. Okay, well, the mediumship is mediuming. Okay, so yeah, it's your grandmother who's here. Yeah, just go see her. So like take some flowers. Oh, she really like, you ain't got to do all of that. She just wants you to come. She just wants you to go there. She'll tell you. That's what it is. Okay. Thank you. What's her name? She'll tell you what she wants you to bring, if anything. But if anything, she wants you to take some family members. She wants you to take the family. When's the last time your family been out there to see her? She wants you to take the family. Varn Seal Jones, Ibaye. She wants the family to go out there. Maybe y'all need to take a family trip to go see grandma. Like I said, they don't want presents. Presents. They want presence. She wants to be remembered. Presence. Presence. So yeah. It's not that what you're doing for your ancestors now is wrong. They just want more of you in it. And that's so interesting. Yeah, she wants you to bring somebody. Yeah, if you can, take a family member with you. I love that. I'll tell my uncle tomorrow, let's plan a trip. Yeah. I figured it was going somewhere to do something because you had the chariot at the bottom of the deck. So I was like, yeah, you get in the car and going somewhere. That's why I said I don't know if it's close, because it felt like it was, because it was the chariot. That's why I was like, you might need to hop and do a little trip to go see her. Go see them. Yeah. After your Auntie Rosie's funeral, we went out there. Yeah. Yeah. Go visit your people. Go visit them. Just let them know you're thinking about them, right? Give them libations. Take care of them. And you know you can take care of them at your altar too, but it's something about it must mean something to your grandmother to have y'all there at the burial site. Yeah. Ashe. Thank you for that question. Thank you, Ibaye. Thank you, Grandmother Jones, for being here. I love that. I love that. He said, ironically, I think we have others buried out. I know you do. You do have others out there. Yep. I literally heard beautify the place. So you saying that makes sense. I wish I had said it earlier, but I know you know I'm not lying. I think we have others buried out there. You do. I know you do. Because that's what I feel. That's why I think I think that's why multiple people need to go out there. You got kin out there. But make sure you spend time with grandma. Because she's the one that I literally heard. I heard go see your grandma. That's what I said. I don't know if this is your grandma or your great grandma, but somebody. Your grandma's like, come see me. You know what I'm saying? That makes so much sense though about cleaning the site, because I literally was like, I heard beautify the place. Yeah. We give thanks to the ancestors who are so good and so sweet to us. We give thanks to the ancestors. Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful. I'm just checking to make sure there's no other payments going through. It does not look like they are, so I think I'm going to close out for tonight. Thank y'all so much for being here. Let me hold on. Let me go up in here and unpin this so people know that it is closed. It is closed, unpinned. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight with me and sharing in this space. It has been sacred. It's been a good time. And I'm just so excited. Yeah, it was beautiful energy to end on. That's why I felt like somebody just needed a little something. And like, how great that we end on with mediumship, right? So we give thanks. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. This was great. I want to do Chinyetta, you still here, boo? Hey. You say you listened through tonight, but that was so beautiful. Thank you. This was so beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad that y'all hung out with me, especially y'all on the East Coast. I know I'm on the West Coast now, so it's weird to like not be, in the same time zone as y'all. But thank y'all for hanging out with me late. How beautiful this night has been. I plan to do more of these. When I get my setup, I'll go back to doing pick a cards. I literally have pick a cards that I want to do so bad. But like, I feel like it's not the same if you're just looking at me. It might be. Y'all might be like, just give us the pick a card. It don't matter if we're looking at you or not. If it's like that, then I might just do them like this. But yeah, this was beautiful. So thank y'all for being here. I just pray as we close the space. I just want to close what we have opened. What a beautiful circle this has been. A beautiful time to be together. I give thanks to the ancestors, to the spirits, to the guides and the angels who walk with me, who empower me and enable me to do this work. I give thanks to them for being here. I give thanks for your ancestors, everybody who's watching, not only the live, but also the replay. I give thanks for your ancestors, and I thank you for the energy that you have put forth in this space. And I give thanks to you for how you have and continue to survive, for how you are thriving, for how you are loving. And I just pray that wherever you are, that you are going to receive the best and sweetest sleep, that you have peace in your heart, peace in your body. I pray blessings upon your head, upon your crown. May the blessings be like honey. May they drip down, down, down your body, down to the ground. May the sweetness stick to you. May the goodness stick to you. May you know you are loved by the divine. May you know that you are held and kept. May you feel the presence of your ancestors walking with you, being with you, sharing with you, loving on you. May the divine's face shine upon you. As you move through your life tomorrow and in the days to come, may you sense the divine everywhere. May the trees speak to you. May the grass speak to you. May the animals speak to you. May the wind and the rain speak to you. And may you stop and slow down enough to speak back. May the exchange between you and the divine be reciprocal. May it be fluid. May it be beautiful. May it be life-giving and life-sustaining. And I pray all of this in faith, knowing that it's already done. And we say, Ashe, Ashe. Amen. And I know that's right. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. For those who are interested in working with me, if you want a reading, the information is in the description box. If you want a personal reading outside of these live spaces, you can book your own personal reading. It will come to you in the form of a voice note. And that information is in the description box. If you want to work more closely with me and you want to work on a one-on-one capacity and you would like a coach, someone who can walk with you through life to assist you in what it is that you're working on, you can also book a consultation to see if coaching together and walking together is in alignment for you and for me. You can sign up to get a free consultation and we can figure out if that's going to work out. And if so, then we'll join in together and continue this walk, right? Especially if you're looking for ways to be the you know you're supposed to be and to do the work you know you're supposed to do in this life. If you are a former church girl, right? If you are a black mage, that means a black person who is of marginalized gender. That means if you're a woman, if you're a trans woman, if you're a non-binary person, right? If you're an ungendered or non-gendered person, I am hosting former church girl support circles. So for all of those who've been in the church and you're like, oh, the church is not giving, oh, Christianity's not giving, but you know that you want to do some healing. You know that you want to be a space where you can be held and not judged. Then I invite you to these support circles. Right now, I'm doing an introductory type of situation where we are meeting. You can join now and get 2 meetings or come to 2 meetings for the price of 1. Eventually, it will become a monthly subscription type of a membership where every month we're coming together. We're going to be reading books together. We're going to be doing all the things because we are trying to heal and we are taking ourselves back from colonized Christianity. And so if you know that resonates with you, then I invite you to join and get involved. And for those who are joining now, you will have special perks and special prices for when I roll out the full membership for everybody. Those who are joining now, you're going to get it at the best price because I always like to reward people who jump in early when they feel the push. So if that is you, then I invite you to join us. We are meeting next on September the 12th, and we're talking about perfectionism and people pleasing and how the church trained many of us to begin our people-pleasing patterns, how we're getting free, and how we can support each other as we are moving from a place of self-sovereignty and not servitude, right? So if that is something that you're interested in, then I invite you to join us. The information is also in the description box. Go to where you would book me, and you'll see support circles there as well. All right, my loves. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I really, really do. I'll see you next time real soon. Mwah. Bye, y'all.